Taiwan invasion plans appear to be moving a step forward, as Xi Jinping now deploys newer missile systems designed to counter U.S. firepower, fueling fears that Beijing is steadily preparing for a more serious showdown over the island. A big twist has emerged after a tense naval standoff near Taiwan, with fresh revelations suggesting that the apparent pause in open confrontation may actually mask a quiet but significant shift in China's military posture. China is now deploying upgraded HQ-16 surface-to-air missiles that are being positioned to help fight off U.S. ATACMS missiles in any future Taiwan conflict, signaling Beijing's intent to blunt one of Washington's key long-range strike options. An enhanced version of the HQ-16, reportedly boasting nearly double the previous range, is leaving both U.S. and Taiwanese militaries worried, as it could threaten more aircraft and missiles at greater distances and complicate their battle plans. Xi Jinping seems to have scared Trump away from taking bolder steps on Taiwan after their talks, yet at the same time he is clearly getting ready for the possibility of a direct war with the United States, tightening China's grip around the island. Amid the growing threat of a possible Chinese invasion of Taiwan, Xi Jinping's army is steadily boosting its defenses, reinforcing the message that Beijing is preparing for a high-end confrontation rather than backing down. China's PLA 73rd Group Army under the Eastern Theater Command has refreshed its air defenses, upgrading key units that would be on the front line in any conflict across the Taiwan Strait. The HQ-16F, an enhanced variant of the HQ-16 long-range air defense system, has now been deployed in Fujian, directly strengthening China's ability to contest the skies opposite Taiwan. This fresh deployment in Fujian province is especially significant because of its close proximity to the Taiwan Strait, allowing Chinese forces to cover critical air and missile corridors near the island. The Chinese military move was highlighted in a report published by Military Watch magazine on May 25, drawing attention to how Beijing is adapting its air defense network in response to U.S. and Taiwanese moves. The HQ-16F deployment came after U.S. sales of HIMARS and ATACMS ballistic missiles to Taiwan, suggesting that China is specifically tailoring its defenses to counter these advanced long-range strike systems. The HQ-16F uses missiles that are slimmer and almost tailless, with an improved range of around 160 kilometers, giving it a far greater reach than earlier versions in the same family. According to the report, the HQ-16F is the first HQ-16 variant that can truly be considered a long-range system, marking a qualitative leap in China's medium to long-range air defense capabilities. Both the original HQ-16 and the HQ-16A have a range of about 40 kilometers, while the HQ-16B and HQ-16C extend that reach to roughly 70 kilometers, making the HQ-16F's 160-kilometer range a major upgrade over its predecessors. The new system also boasts improved anti-jamming performance and better resistance to saturation attacks, meaning it is designed to keep operating effectively even under intense electronic warfare and mass missile or drone strikes. China's PLA has been steadily building a dense, multi-layered anti-missile network as tensions over Taiwan grow, aiming to shield key bases and cities from everything ranging from short-range strikes to long-range ballistic threats. In September 2025, the new HQ-29 anti-ballistic missile system was confirmed to have entered service, marking a major upgrade in China's ability to intercept high-speed incoming warheads at long range and high altitude. The HQ-29 is described as the world's only mobile system capable of shooting down intercontinental ballistic missiles, apart from Russia's S-500 and A-235 systems, placing Beijing in an extremely small club with cutting-edge strategic missile defense. Alongside this, the HQ-19 system provides a second high-tier anti-missile layer, offering capabilities broadly comparable to the US THAAD system and designed to engage ballistic missiles in their mid-course or terminal phase before they can strike critical targets. Since late January, U.S. personnel have allegedly been stationed at a key facility in Taipei, according to reports, quietly embedding American advisors on the island as tensions with Beijing continue to rise. These U.S. personnel are said to be overseeing the planning and potential use of Taiwan's local missile forces, providing guidance on how and when these systems might be employed in a crisis or full-scale conflict. This development followed the establishment of a joint firepower coordination center by the United States and Taiwan, a move aimed at tightly integrating their surveillance, targeting, and strike capabilities. In February, it was reported that Taiwan may deploy ATACMS missiles at locations just 16 kilometers from mainland China, positioning powerful long-range strike weapons within minutes of key targets across the strait. Beijing is reportedly viewing this as an imminent threat to Chinese territory, with analysis from Military Watch magazine suggesting that such deployments are seen as a direct challenge to China's core security interests. Meanwhile, as tensions between China and Taiwan continue to grow, a tense standoff unfolded on May 23, underscoring how close both sides are coming to dangerous confrontations at sea and in the air. A Chinese Coast Guard ship was involved in a tense standoff with Taiwanese vessels, bringing rival ships from both sides face-to-face near disputed waters. According to Taiwan's Coast Guard, the Chinese vessel only left waters near the Pratas Islands after an extended round of verbal sparring over the radio. Taiwan says it first spotted the Chinese ship heading directly towards the Pratas on May 23, triggering immediate concern in Taipei. Taipei then dispatched one of its own Coast Guard ships to the area, broadcasting warnings over loudspeaker and radio for the Chinese vessel to leave, according to reports. The two sides soon became locked in a heated argument over sovereignty via radio, each insisting the waters around the islands belonged to them. China's crew stated over the radio that they were on a routine mission and that Beijing has jurisdiction over the Pratas, language that Taiwan found especially provocative. Taiwanese officials later said China's choice of words on jurisdiction, as well as the length of time the ship lingered near the islands, were both unusual and worrying. The Chinese ship eventually turned away and began sailing out of the area in the late afternoon on May 24, easing immediate tensions but not the underlying fears. Separately, Taiwan's Coast Guard says it also drove away a Chinese research vessel for the second time this month, underscoring how frequent such encounters have become. On May 24, Taiwan security chief revealed that around 100 Chinese ships were operating inside the so-called First Island Chain, a belt of sea stretching along East Asia's front line. The First Island Chain is a strategic arc that runs from Japan, through Taiwan and down to the Philippines, seen by Beijing and Washington as a key military boundary. The Pratas Island itself lies roughly between southern Taiwan and Hong Kong, making it a small but important outpost in contested waters. Because Pratas is about 400 kilometers from Taiwan's main island, it is relatively isolated and considered highly vulnerable to a sudden Chinese move. Adding to those concerns, Pratas is only lightly defended by Taiwan's Coast Guard, rather than by heavy military forces, making it a tempting target in a crisis. This latest escalation comes as tensions between China and Taiwan soar in the wake of Donald Trump's visit to Beijing and his decision to pause a major arms sale to Taipei. The Taiwan issue emerged as a major point in talks that were otherwise dominated by the conflict involving Iran and the wider Middle East crisis. During their closed-door discussions, she warned Trump that U.S. support for Taiwan, if pushed too far, could lead to clashes and conflicts between Washington and Beijing. He reportedly went further, saying that if the Taiwan issue was mishandled, the United States and China could come into conflict, leaving little doubt about where China's red lines lie. Subsequently, the official White House readout on the summit appeared to skip any mention of Taiwan, adding to the sense that the topic was too sensitive to spell out publicly. Trump also seemed to dodge a question on Taiwan during his choreographed visit to the Temple of Heaven with Xi, reinforcing the impression that he did not want to publicly provoke Beijing on camera.
Did you talk about Taiwan?
Great place, great, incredible. China's beautiful.
At the same time, Taiwan declared that it would maintain close ties with the United States following Xi's threat, signaling that Taipei has no intention of backing away from its key security partner. Xi Jinping, for his part, said that US-China ties were the most important in the world and insisted we must never mess it up, underlining the paradox of a relationship that is vital yet constantly strained over Taiwan. The United States has formally paused a $14 billion arms sale to Taiwan, even as tensions with China continue to soar in the Taiwan Strait and beyond.